Look at that highlight. Just kidding, it's my really bright light that makes my whole face look greasy. So today I'm sitting down. It's very late. I ain't got time to be standing up tonight. Anyway, so I thought I would tell you guys another story. I have a very odd life, so I'm gonna tell you a story of one of the haunted houses I lived in. So this story starts off with me moving into a new place. I say a haunted house loosely, it was a condo. So we move into this condo, and right away, like, I can feel that, you know, it's kind of weird. So, but I've always had like a very strong connection with like ghosts and spirits and stuff. This is in no way saying they're real. I don't want to force, you know, what I believe on anyone else, but I do believe in ghosts and spirits. I believe in them very much. So yeah, but you're feel free to just believe whatever you want. This is totally just for entertainment purposes. Though I do believe everything I'm saying. So we had moved into this condo, and right away, like, I could feel that it was like very weird here. Like, it was oppressive. I'm gonna use that term probably a few times throughout this, but understand that when I say it was like oppressive, it wasn't quite as violent as that word seems to make it seem. Like, it was oppressive, like it was like weighing down. It was never like violent or angry or anything like that. Well, probably, I don't know. So I slept on the couch in the living room, and right away, like, as I was sleeping out there, this was the first time, one of the first times, that I didn't feel quite comfortable sleeping in the living room alone. It could have very well have just been that me and my mom played horror games before we went to bed. And we played them right there in the living room, so the TV where the horror games were playing was right in front of me. We used to play things like Doom 3 and Silent Hill, so it could have just totally have been that I was scared because of the games that we were playing. If you know me, you know I'm not very scared of scary things. I don't know how likely that is, but it could have very well have been. Anyway, so in this living room we had that TV, the couch, and over in the corner-ish there was a desk with a computer on it, and in front of it a lawn chair. I used to sit there and I used to play my games. And one day, maybe 3 weeks after we moved in, both of my parents are in the kitchen cooking. And I didn't recall anyone supposed to be there, so I just walked out into the living room, and in my chair, someone was sitting there. And this someone was very white, very pale, but this all processed in like 5 seconds, so, you know, this whole situation, though this video will probably end up being like 7 minutes long, was very much just like a 10-second experience. So keep that in mind. So I'm walking and I see this man, which I just automatically assumed it was a man. It did not have a very female vibe to it, so it was a man to me. I was walking and this man was pale white, but it had like dark patches at the same time, like scratches, sort of, but not scratches. Just like if you ever crosshatch, that's like an artistry term, I'm assuming, unless I got it wrong. It sort of was like that, and those cross hatches were very dark compared to its paleness. And I took a few steps closer, and it occurred to me very, very soon that this was a skeleton. It had like a black jacket on, like leather. Like, it wasn't like pitch black, it was like a leathery black. So it had like this leather black jacket on. And as I take a few steps closer, on its skull, I notice these patches. And when I say patches, I want you to think of like sewn in patches. Like if you ever have had a family member or a friend or someone, or have just seen patches, they have like that kind of like frayed look on the end sometimes. They're not done well. You can see like the cross stitches. Wow, really hitting it with all those artist terms. Probably hitting it wrong, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm seeing these patches, and there's 3 main colors that are standing out. The very, very main color, like this is what I think of when I think of this skeleton skull. I didn't really see its whole body, but I'm assuming it was all made skeleton, not just the face and neck. So there's patches of yellow, and I don't mean like a vibrant color of yellow. I mean like it's a very, very, very faint. It's like a light yellow, and you can see like the texture of the skeleton beneath it. there's this big patch of yellow on its back, the skull to the right up here. But there's also like blue and pink on the skull as well. I'm maybe like 5 feet away from it now. This was a rather large living room for a condo. And I'm maybe 5 feet and it just starts to turn. Like that. And like I never feel like the motion is unnatural. Like it shouldn't be able to turn this way. But it's most of its body, like it turns just a little bit in the shoulders, but the whole head turns all the way around so that we have eye contact. And everything about this skeleton skull ghost creature is very faint, and you can like see through it. It's very, well, it's transparent to a point. Like I can see through it, but it very much looks like it's physically there as well. So, but the eyes and the mouth, when it turns to look at me, these are the only points on the whole body that I cannot see through at all. Like it is very much pitch black eyes, pitch black mouth. And it looks at me for maybe half a second. We have this eye contact and then it just disappears. And I just kind of look and I don't feel scared. Like I'm not scared of what just happened. Even though nowadays if that happened I'd freaked out. But they always have said that children are more susceptible. Or more prone? Prone is the word we're gonna have to go with. Are more prone to ghost experiences. Anywho, I sat down where it was sitting, and though I didn't feel as comfortable as I usually would, I wasn't scared either. Weeks progressed, I never saw another full-bodied apparition. However, my mom later on told me that she was hearing thumps on the roof, like something walking on the roof, and things in the kitchen at night, which is very scary because I was in the living room, and the living room was directly connected to the kitchen. So it was like an open kitchen, like it had like a countertop that separated it from the living room. Anyway, we had walked in there one day and there were dishes on the ground that were like broken and such. Even though that happened, I still wasn't like, you know, scared or anything. Like I was just like, okay. It was very much just felt to me like it was just making its presence known. Like, I'm here, just know that I'm here. I want you to know that I'm here. However, we did end up moving very shortly after that. It had nothing to do with all the experiences that were had in the house. I don't know, I find it weird that we left so soon after, even though it had nothing to do with it. I didn't even think about this when I was thinking about this idea to tell you guys, but when we were leaving, it was we were like literally moving, like we're taking stuff and leaving. I'd sat down like in this small box, and I was small, but when I tried to get out of it, it felt like something was like keeping me down. Like I could not get out of this box to like literally save my life. And I was like low-key stuck there. That was the only time. Wow, I've like blocked this from my memory. I was literally stuck in that box. I think I did start to cry. I just remember that the person that was helping us move, a friend of the family, walked in, and as soon as he did, he came over to me and helped me out of the box. I was freaked out. I left, and I've never been back since. So that's it for this video, y'all. If you want to hear more stories of my haunted house experiences, because I have many, leave a comment letting me know, and, you know, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and keep it nice, y'all.
Oh, I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like